Hi y'all, I'm Rabina and welcome back. As you can see, my setup's changed a little bit behind me. Once I got the first 4 trays done, then I looked at all the other seeds I have yet to plant. I knew I needed more room, so I went with this little shelving unit I got at Home Depot. I've got the heat mats on the bottoms, and then the other ones don't have the heat, but they do have the light. By the looks of it, I'm probably going to need another shelving unit, but we'll get there once I go to pot up the tomatoes and everything else. I've also changed up my seed starting mix. I went with this Jiffy because that's what Home Depot carries, and they don't carry the Ipsoma. I have gone ahead and mixed it up, and I will say I do like this a lot better. I have also changed my seed starting trays. I know I said on the other ones that you could use saran wrap and it would work fine, and it did. If you look at the seedlings behind me, the saran wrap did a perfect job of keeping the moisture in to help them germinate. But when I went to put those seed trays into the bottom tray to water, they sank. So I went ahead and got these kits, and they come with plugs, a humidity dome, and the bottom tray. So these fit right in here. The dome goes on top, and it's one sealed container. The problem I was having with those is because the plug trays and the bottom trays weren't made to go together. I've sent away for 2 different sizes. They still didn't work. But the plugs were folding like this. So everything in the middle was getting soaked, and everything on the edge wasn't getting anything. This fits perfectly, and I don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. Now, I know a lot of people use that Ipsoma mix that I did the last video, and that's perfectly fine. But just by mixing this one versus what I did last time, I feel like this is a better mix for beginners because, I don't know, something about the texture, when I wet it, it's more forgiving for some reason, in my opinion. So, we will get our tray loaded up. What I'm going to plant today are called companion plants. I'm not necessarily going to plant them because I want what they're going to produce, but I'm going to want the benefits of planting these next to my other crop. Aphids are horrible about attacking tomatoes. Well, when you plant Brussels sprouts or nasturtium, the aphids love those more than they do the tomatoes. So I'm hoping that they will leave my tomatoes alone and go after the Brussels sprouts so I can have a nice crop of tomatoes. Let's see, we're pretty good here. That one needs one more. And we are good to go. So the first one we're going to do is blue sage. Okay, these are pretty decent sized seeds. I am still just going to cast them on top because they are little, and then I'll go and push them in. I'm going to do 2 per cell. So I did 4 rows of those. I still have some left, but I want to make sure I have enough trays right now to do everything else I need to do. I do have some other ones on order, but they won't be here for a few more days. So the next one we're going to do is nasturtium. These are flowers, and I am going to use this bamboo skewer to make the little holes. These are pretty big seeds, so I only put one in each hole, but I'm going to try and direct sow these. I want to experiment and see what kind of difference it makes to have them started indoors versus starting outside. So go back and pinch these in. Next one I'm kind of really excited for. It's called borage. It's also known as the gardener's best friend. Apparently it has a lot of benefits, and the bees absolutely love this, and it's a pretty color. Okay. I'm also going to do 4 rows of these, but I am going to do 2 in each. Left over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and direct sow some of these. Now these trays did come with a humidity dome, so I am going to use that. The saran wrap worked just fine. As you can see, there was no problem with germination. But I am going to go ahead and mist these. Humidity dome. to plant is Brussels sprouts. And I know Brussels sprouts are a cold weather crop, but I'm not planting them for the Brussels sprouts. I'm planting them so they will attract the aphids. And these are pretty tiny. I'm going to start off with one in each because I don't have a lot. And then we'll just double back and do another one. I didn't get 2 in each because I didn't want these stopping in the middle of a row. But they're in there. And there is my tag. The next one I'm going to do is dill. So that was the last of my companion plants that I'm planting specifically to help deter pests from the other plants. The other ones are just regular vegetable plants, but they're not being planted because they're going to keep the pests off. I do want the fruits of what these produce. So the first one I'm going to do is a fox red cherry tomato. These are little, so I'm just going to broadcast them over the top. I'm going to fill up the rest of the tray with these. next one's going to be an eggplant. I was really expecting these to be a lot bigger, but I'm going to start off with one in each cell. Up next is rosemary. And these are little too, so I'm just going to sprinkle on top. This tray's packed pretty tight, so I'm having a little trouble setting the seeds into the cell. So I'm going to go back with whatever leftover soil I have and just lightly cover everything. The last one we're going to do today is a bell pepper. It's a green bell pepper. It's called a monster pepper. Apparently, it gets huge. These are the ones you use when you make stuffed bell peppers. I'm not going to really pack these in. I'm just doing this to give them some cover. Water these in. Oh, I almost forgot the label. And there we are, the last one for today. Come back and I will give you an update on the ones we started last time. I'm going to see if they're big enough to be potted up into the 4-inch pots. If not, I'll give them another week, but come back for an update on those, an update on why I switched my trays, and I will see y'all next time. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.